We have the two eyes up top. An elongated head. About the end of the bedrock, it forms the head. A lot of trees growing on this side of the wall. Another piece of quartz in the wall here. A little too much brightness. That's better with the sun. And now what we're coming to here is a cairn. It's a mound on the ground. It is at the beginning of where the features begin on the wall, other than the head. Here's our triangular stone. With the rectangular stone beside it. And now we get to see the outer exterior side of C with the spirit portal. Note the stone, the space between the stones up below the spirit portal has been filled with stone, so that there is definitely a feature. Back up here. I'm in a hole. Get my leg out of the hole. Get myself out of the hole. We have our spirit portal with the fill down there. Each one of these enclosures has a bedrock base or side. We'll leave the rough cut stone film together so you can see that this is one continuous film. We are now on the... Alright, let's go back here. Here's our perpendicular stone on this side at the end of C. It doesn't appear to be on this side, but it is perpendicular. It goes in on an angle. Then we brings this up in here to B. Here again we have our rectangular slab in line with the enclosure. Again, it's on bedrock. I'm holding in here even though it's rough cut. You can see the thing here. Things have to be looked at from two sides. Do the perpendicular stone showing on one side and not the other. The alignment stone likewise. Trying to get back far enough to show you the whole wall here without dropping off the bedrock that I'm standing on. Even though I am way too close. I'm going to come back here and we will bring you in from B and then down here. I think I have to back up a little to show the whole thing here. Again, we'll bring it from B over here. And now we have the perpendicular stones that are at the end of A, which is on the opposite side, along with the rectangular stone. We'll show that here. See if we can get in here and get a little better view on this, even amongst the leaves. Alright, now let's come down here. On this side here, there's a couple of features that should be brought out that we missed the first time around. Here we have a white quartz vein that was covered with a lot of lichen. And at the end of the outcrop with the quartz vein, we have the two stones wedged in between the bedrock and a split in the bedrock. Doesn't show all the ways through. Goes all the ways through. There's the stone on the opposite side, and it's on this side. Well, let's see if we can back up here a little without falling down and show where the rock wall comes down over the side of the bedrock and connects to the slab. It's a rectangular slab that broke off of the bedrock naturally, and it forms an enclosure. We can look at it from this side, and we'll look at it from the opposite side in a moment, where all the ferns are. It's a rather large slab, probably about 12 feet long or so. See if I can get that all in. All sorts of bugs in my hand. Where's the cairns up there? Okay. And here we have the entrance. We have a few stones on top of a slab that's laid flat, which may or may not be part of the wall. And here we have the interior of the enclosure. Note there's no wall over the bedrock, where if it was a normal farm wall, it would continue straight over the bedrock and not down out to the slab. From there, in the enclosure, we pick up the wall again. Excuse me. And now we'll come to the alignment stone. But before we hit the alignment stone, let's look at this stone down here. We have two stones on top of exposed bedrock. They're close together, but they line up with the alignment stone, with this stone in the middle. And that aligns to the equinox sunrise, which is at 104 degrees. Now we'll note that there's, in this case, we have 3 perpendicular rocks. 1 on the right and 2 on the left. And I would have modeling at this point in time. I wish a cloud would come over. But I don't want to stop this filming to show that this is a continuous sequence. Where's the cairn? Okay, we want to pick that up next. You find? Oh, right behind me. Okay. Now, I'm going to circle around for the moment and look west, because we have another mound of stones on the ground. We are at the end of the features that are in the wall, so that we have on the west side a mound where the features begin, the enclosures, and a mound after the alignment, showing, again, it reinforces the idea and concept of the vertical stones going vertically across the wall, perpendicular to the wall. I'll get that out right yet. It's still modeled. So we will continue down here. So we use cross checks when we can get them. It's not always possible. But in this case we have stones that go perpendicular through the wall, which define the various enclosures, or called features. And we have the cairns on each end of the wall, partways in along it, the beginning of the features and the end of the features, so that we clearly have a cross check here. The wall is collapsed down here, but you see the big tree, which is probably the cause of that. And now we've come to the end of the wall. Take it from about 1/8 of the way in and start walking back up. Again, we have different building styles here. There's no stones that go perpendicular on either side of it. We'll see the perpendicular stone shortly with the alignment stone. Well, 3 perpendicular stones here, and obviously it's roughed and jagged on this side versus it was being flat on the other side, creating a whatchamacallit. It looks like a feature on the other side, on the west side, looking east. Now we come up on the bedrock, and I'll show you a really nice piece of quartz. And if we look at the quartz here, and then we come up over here, we're at the beginning of the entrance to the enclosure with the large slab that has broken off naturally. And hopefully I'm not going too light here. Again, we are on the east side, looking west, and we're on top of the bedrock, that this slab naturally broke off from. You can see the edge of the bedrock on this side and the slab. And where the ferns are, there's an opening space. And here we have the wall that goes down out to the slab and comes up the bedrock and continues down the top. I forgot to mention the split while we were on the west side, but as we walk up to the enclosure, we have it here, we have the wall going in there, we have a split in the bedrock with two stones wedged in it. We'll come on this side of the wall. No, that's alright, let it be. The split is far more evident. We have a stone that's wedged in it. The stone may have come off the top of the wall, or it may be a feature that was placed in it. The two stones on the west side were definitely wedged in there. So this split is a feature to the underworld that goes into the enclosure. So we have an underworld, we have evidence of a sun, the ceremony. We have underworld that's within the ceremony, associated with the ceremony. I don't know what this is. Seems to block something. I'll have to check that out on the other side, huh? And coming down. An interesting piece of stone in here. It's white, two pieces, white with a little tad bit of pink on it. That's integrated into the wall. It may be nothing, it may be a feature. So as we're moving along, we have the elongated slab in line with the wall. Then we have two perpendicular slabs. And at this point, going across the width of the wall, we are approaching enclosure A. Now here we have a large slab here at the beginning of the enclosure. What looked like a slab on the other side of this enclosure with the bedrock is covered up here. So we do not have that symbolic rectangle in here. It is not part of it. And again, here we have a slab that's perpendicular to the wall, which indicates the end of the enclosure. And with this enclosure, they use the bedrock again. It sinks down. Come in here, let's see if we can get the enclosure. You can see the stone that's perpendicular. You see that curves out. And then we have the bedrock in here, creating a somewhat sunken enclosure, like it had on the opposite side of the wall. And I'm just learning something. Now we have another rectangular stone in line with the wall. And a lot of small stone, a different builder here. And some slabs. And a collapsed section. And a collapsed section. And now we come to enclosure C. Now first I want to bring your attention to the slab goes perpendicular to the wall. Again, it makes the break between the enclosure B and enclosure C. Now we have a very, very tight fitting wall here. It's really well built, unlike the others. Wider. We have a totally different builder here. And here is our spirit portal from this side looking through. Now we come over from the spirit portal, you'll note we have a niche. So it's a place to place an offering to get the spirit to come through. And then we're going to come down here. We have a rectangle at the bottom here. I'm not sure if that has any significance or anything. We come down here, we have two slabs that are in line with the wall. One is rectangular, the other one has a somewhat triangular top, which may be significant. Over here you'll note that there's no perpendicular stone to shut off this enclosure from the rest of the wall. Hopefully I'm not walking too fast. Here we simply have a low wall. We're heading down towards the snake's head. It does serpentine in and out slightly. It fades out here as we reach the bedrock, which is the head of the serpent. We're going to come up here and we'll take a look at the two stones on top, okay, here are the two eyes on top of the snake's head, and you'll note that these are the only two stones here.